Many of us grow up believing that remembering everything from our past makes us stronger. We think that holding tightly to every joy, every sorrow, every insult, every achievement, and every painful memory somehow adds depth to our personality. We tell ourselves that our experiences define us, and if we let go of them, we might lose a part of who we are. But what if this belief is only half true? What if carrying every memory is not a sign of strength, but a silent burden we willingly place on our own shoulders? True wisdom does not lie in storing every fragment of yesterday. Sometimes true freedom begins the moment we decide to release what no longer serves us. Life constantly moves forward, yet our minds often remain stuck in moments that have already passed. We replay conversations, relive failures, and even revisit our happiest memories, as if they were treasures we are afraid to lose. However, in doing so, we unknowingly distance ourselves from the present. The present moment is the only place where life actually exists. The past is a memory, and the future is only imagination. Still, many of us spend more time living in what was than in what is. This story serves as a metaphor, like a mirror gently placed in front of us, asking a simple but powerful question. Are you truly living today? Or are you slowly fading under the weight of yesterday? Once upon a time, in a quiet forest filled with towering trees and whispering winds, there lived a small bird. It was delicate, graceful, and admired for its beauty. Its feathers shimmered under sunlight, and its songs brought calmness to the forest. But despite its charm and innocence, the bird had developed a peculiar habit, one that would eventually change its life forever. As days passed in the quiet forest, the little bird's unusual habit became a fixed part of its daily routine. Every morning, as it flew across rivers and trees, it carefully observed everything around it. If it experienced happiness, it would pick up a small stone and carve that memory into it. If it felt pain, rejection, or fear, it would do the same. To the bird, no moment was too small to preserve. Each emotion, whether bright or dark, deserved to be recorded. After engraving its experiences onto these tiny stones, it would gently place them into a small pouch it carried around its neck. At first, the pouch felt light, almost comforting. The bird believed it was collecting wisdom. It convinced itself that one day these stones would protect it from repeating mistakes, and remind it of beautiful times that might never return. The habit even gave the bird a sense of purpose, as if it were building a treasure chest of its own life story. However, as weeks turned into months, the pouch began to grow heavier. With every new memory, another stone was added. Flying no longer felt effortless. The bird's wings had to work harder, and its once graceful movements became slower and strained. Still, it refused to let go of even a single stone. It feared that forgetting would mean losing meaning. The pouch, once a symbol of security, was slowly becoming a weight the bird was too attached to release. Time continued to pass, and the pouch that once felt harmless had now become an undeniable burden. The bird could no longer ignore the strain in its wings or the heaviness pulling at its fragile body. Each attempt to rise into the sky required more effort than the last, could not soar as high as it once did, nor could it glide freely with the wind. Other birds flew past it with ease, dancing through the open air while it struggled to keep up. Yet even in its exhaustion, the bird remained stubbornly devoted to its collection of stones. It convinced itself that the weight was necessary, that every memory it carried was too valuable to abandon. One afternoon, while resting on a low branch, the bird encountered an old owl known throughout the forest for its quiet wisdom. The owl observed the sagging pouch and the tired wings, and gently asked why the bird insisted on carrying such a load. Proudly, the bird explained that inside the pouch were all the lessons, joys, and sorrows of its life. The owl listened patiently and then asked a question that unsettled the bird. If all your strength is spent carrying yesterday, how will you fully live today? The bird did not respond, flew away, but the owl's words echoed in its mind. For the first time, the bird felt doubt. Still, instead of removing even a single stone, it tightened its grip on the pouch, unaware that its refusal to release the past was slowly stealing its remaining strength. Soon, the inevitable happened. The pouch had grown so heavy that the bird could barely lift itself from the ground. What once symbolized wisdom had turned into a crushing weight tied around its fragile body. Its wings, once powerful and free, now trembled with weakness. Every step forward felt like a battle. The sky it once loved to explore seemed distant and unreachable. Yet even in this condition, the bird refused to let go of the stones. It believed that without them, it would be empty, incomplete, as if its identity depended entirely on what it had collected from the past. One stormy day, as rain poured heavily over the forest floor, the bird tried to move ahead despite its exhaustion. The ground was slippery, and with the unbearable weight hanging from its neck, it lost balance. The pouch swung forward, and the stones spilled partially, but instead of freeing the bird, their weight pulled it down. The fragile creature collapsed, crushed beneath the very memories it once believed were essential for survival. When the rain stopped and the clouds cleared, a few birds gathered around in silence. The old owl arrived last, looking at the still body with sorrow in his eyes. Softly, he whispered, that memories are meant to guide us, not to imprison us. This story mirrors our own lives more than we realize. We hold on to past pain, old regrets, lost opportunities, and even moments of happiness that no longer exist. In doing so, we drain our energy and lose the beauty of the present. Life is not about carrying every yesterday with us. It is about learning from it and then moving forward. We cannot rewrite what has already happened, but we can shape today with courage and awareness. Let go of what no longer serves you. Forgive what hurts you. Release what you cannot change. Build something meaningful now. Because true strength is not in remembering everything, but in knowing what to leave behind so you can finally fly freely again.